sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the GMS, the Ruel, who we learned this truth from. And salutations and blessings to you elect, starting with 144,000 on down. So I'm joined with the elder brother, Yawasap.
Shalom.
And we're just on the road, going in the spirit. Once again, hit the button. I want the brother to start off with that precept, Abakar, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, 1 Peter's 2:19 says here.
This is AMP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It says, "For this finds favor if a person endures sorrow of suffering unjustly because of awareness of the will of Yahweh."
Right. So brothers are going through all kinds of situations, and brothers are suffering unjustly. You know, like we understand. We went off. You know, we're catching hell. The book of what is that? Haggai. I will endure. I will bear the incredulity, or not incredulity, the indignation of the Lord until he where does that scripture go? Until he plead my cause. But pretty much he said he's going to suffer, because at the end of the day, even if you're suffering unjustly, which a lot of us are, you know, we're in this hell, we're in this prison, you know, but we still got to suffer patiently, because at the end of the day, we truly deserve, you know, all this hell, man. And we get it. Esau forwarded the affliction. At the end of the day, brothers, we just got to keep our head down and do the work. You know, we can't get into a emotional spirit of why me, right? Why am I going through this? You just keep your head down, man. Keep faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because at the end of the day, if you truly believe he's omnipotent, right? He's omnipresent. He's in control of everything. You're in his hands. You know, and if you believe you're of the elect, the Lord has care for you then. Right? You got to believe you're of the elect in a humble way. Go ahead.
Verse 20, "After all, what kind of credit is there if, when you do wrong and are punished for it, you endure it patiently?"
Yeah. So if you fuck up, you know, and you endure it, I mean, that's good, but that's, you know, like you literally did that to yourself. But brothers are going through all kinds of situations, man. You know, impossible situations, to where it doesn't seem like there's a way out, but you got to suffer patiently. Patience means to what? To suffer, right? Endure means what? To make hard. So you got to suffer these things. You know, it seems it may be for a long time, but it's for a moment. You know?
Yeah, even, what is that? I think Mark 13:13 says, "He that endured to the end," right? So
Same shall be saved.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's just a course,
Con.
right? It's a part of the course.
That's it.
You know, you're really in a circuit, really,
Mm-hmm.
where you're just going around and around, you know. But it's all right, because that's to condition you,
Con.
right,
Con.
for a better outcome, really,
Con.
because it's just only a temporal phase, right? So what happens after that? That's what, you know, you need to look forward to. It's like, oh, there must be a better outcome
Yep.
after, from dealing with that circuit,
Yep.
going around and around, like, you know, you're a shit fan.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to deal with it, this place, but, you know, there's some things that's even worse are out there. So,
Yep.
you know, we got to wait for Yahweh Shai to plead the cause for the elect,
Con.
because he already said that what he's going to do. He's going to take out Esau. So, like, you know, we don't have to be carnal, you know, like whatever these other people are doing out here, because there's some bugged out shit that's going on that hasn't come to light yet, but it's on the way.
Yep. And like you described it perfectly, it's a circuit. Just like if you're preparing yourself for physical conditioning, right? If you're an athlete or whatever you do, you know, you gotta get into a peak conditioning, you know. And we get it that, hey, like Ezra said, this is the condition of the battle. After Adam's fall, we've just been degrading.
Yeah.
We've been getting worse, weaker, less focus, less everything, man. Less manhood, everything.
Yeah, and then the increasement of like being plagued.
Yep.
Right? So it's like if our forefathers were here now, they would be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this shit?" They're like, they would probably almost lose their mind because what's the one? I think no, that's not the one that King David said. Oh, my foot would have slipped.
Yep.
Because the stuff that's going on out here, it's wild, man.
God. So this little, you got to look at it like it's making you better anyway, which it is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel good, but it's still making you better, man. All that suffering, like remember that movie Yuri Boyka, the fighter movie?
Yeah.
There's one, I forget which one, but he was in jail. He was in prison, and they had him do manual labor, picking the rocks with the pick.
Yeah.
And then after he'd have to fight and train. He'd have to train, but he's tired. So it was him and this Jake, and he understood like the guards are trying to break him, right? Trying to make him so tired that he can't work out after. But in his mind, what he did, he flipped the switch. He just made it pretty much like, look, this is part of training. This is training too. So he's picking the axe and he's hitting it. You know, like when they used to do the axe, wood, old school boxers. So he was doing the same motion, but in his mind, and then the guards are looking at him like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Because he's all into it. He's all like moving and hitting and doing shit. So in his mind, he's like, I'm just getting stronger. You guys are giving me more workout. Thank you. Right? And it's all a mentality, because after that, he went to go train. So yeah, brothers are tired, worn out. They have worn out the saints of the Most High. But we got to just keep pushing past that shit. We're coming into a time where if we believe the bodies are coming, man, we're pushing through all this mortal shit. All this mortality, all this bullshit on earth, this finite. We're going to the infinite, right? We're pushing through the finite. And it sucks, it hurts, it's suffering, it's patience, right? But like you said, there's a glory, there's something on the other side. You know, just like if you go through like you're saying, the circuit, it hurt, man, it sucks. You get up, you got to do your runs, you know, sprinting and all that shit.
Yeah.
It sucks. You pull a muscle, you're like, fuck. But then after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start seeing the benefit, the conditioning, like, oh shit, I'm breathing better, I can run faster, I can do this, you know, my energy's up, you know.
Yeah. Verse 20, it says here, when you do wrong and are punished for it, you endure it patiently, but if when you do what is right and patiently bear undeserved suffering, this finds favor with Yahweh.
Yeah, you got all kinds of co-workers giving you weird trouble, or your family members, or all kinds of different situations. Like 1 Peter was at 3, it talks about though some strange thing happened to you, right? A strange thing, a strange occurrence, but that's the Lord, man. You know, you gotta go, because in Jacob's trouble, you're really not gonna have time to even process what's happening on a carnal level. You know, the spirit's gonna be moving, but you're not gonna have really time to say, holy shit, I just seen 10 people die, or I seen this, or you're just gonna keep moving. You know? And it is gonna be traumatic. That's why Yahushua said he's gonna wipe away all tears. There should be no more death, no more crying, no more sorrow. And them new bodies are gonna rectify everything you're feeling anyway. Right? Like, that's gonna be a different experience, bro, to go into them new bodies. Everything is gone, like your pain, your sorrow, your trauma, everything. Right? That's a glory, man.
Yeah. So you're gonna find favor, just like Yahushua found favor with Yahweh. So, you know, you have to keep your emotions in check. You know. Besides, I was trying to remember that. Keep your shit wired at all times. From I think it was Platoon, and Apostle Ricard always talks about that, right? You know, and that's the thing about this place. That your whole being a man is like, oh, that's the lowest thing in this society. So it's like, you know, like you can't be like a man, you know, out in public or whatever. Oh, that's so barbaric, and It's like, what?
Yep.
Just leave me alone, man.
Yeah. Well, remember they try to. Can you get that? Make a man more precious.
Oh yeah.
Right. Because again, they're stomping on that, manhood, the patriarchy. Right. But they had to label it toxic masculinity. Right. Trying to downplay or pretty much denature you men. Right. Or neuter you. Spiritual neutering. You're so used to seeing body parts of women, it's not even phasing you because you're neutered. Like back in the day, when a woman wore a skirt, it went below her knees, and then it came up and more up and more up, and the standards started changing. And then in the 90s and 80s, 90s, you had MTV, you had all these different programs and shit showing more and more. Now you just wake up on Instagram, you just see ass, it's just like normal.
Yeah.
And you're literally neutered, bro. You're just pressed in this prison, like Alex Jones, prison planet, right? It's a war for your mind. That's true. Esau got your mind. That's what government means, right? Governmentos, about mind. That's where you get the word mind from. Mental.
Yeah. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make. This is AMP. I will make mortal man more rare than fine gold, and mankind scarcer than the pure gold of Ophir.
Can you get the NLT is on the next slide?
Yeah, it says here, NLT, I will make people scarcer than gold, more rare than fine gold of Ophir.
But the point is that a man which is dealing with the Israelite man, and not just any Israelite man, okay, the Israel of Israel.
That's right.
Not all they which are Israel are of Israel. So it's going to be a very special thing, to have this truth in that time, and to be with a fixed mindset, unbreakable mind, because again, these people are going to bug out, man, and they're already bugging out, and things are still functional pretty much.
Yeah.
Society is breaking down. It takes steps. It doesn't just happen overnight, but you still have a function. We're on the highway right now. Things are functioning. Things are moving. But when the time comes, man, people's minds are gonna go. When people's minds go, their body goes. They can't do things, because they're so defeated in their mind because of all the atrocities that are gonna be happening. Yeah. So to see a stable-minded, somewhat calm man in that time, you're gonna be like, who's that guy? What's going on with him?
That's right.
And that's gonna be a standard, man. That's gonna be so precious. Because again, sanity, there's not going to be sanity in that time.
Yeah, because these people are attached to the system, man.
Right.
They're everything. They all their hopes, their dreams is attached to this place, this carnal place.
Right.
Their investments, their house. Like they're a slave to the system.
Right.
Like even all the way down to the grave, man. It's like that's pathetic. But hey, that's Babylon. It even says in the scriptures that the souls of men.
God.
It's like
God, that's it. Yeah.
That's some deep witchcraft.
Yeah. That's what it means to sell your soul.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally got it, man.
Down to the peasant, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much more the person, like your stupid celebrities,
Yep, rich and poor,
mm-hmm.
free and bond.
God.
So hey, that goes into worshiping the beast, okay, the image, this whole system, this way of life, this Western way of life. Even though it's deleting you slowly, man, right? It's eating at you mentally, spiritually. You people still love it because you don't know what really. You're idol worshippers, you're fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole life consists of idolatry, whether that's worshiping your child, worshiping a celebrity, right? You have a thing called celebrity worship syndrome. All right. So whether you worship a holiday, it gives you that special feeling. Like you people are just lost in the sauce, man. You're in the great war of ignorance. All right. You got something else to bring it over. So, you people are just lost in the great war of ignorance, man. Right? You called this adultery, murder, lying, thieving, so great you called it peace. That's what the Wisdom of Solomon says, right? The great war of ignorance, man, lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know, but guess what? We're here to set the record straight. And like Apostle Gabar says, it's a thankless job, which is all right, because at the end of the day, what did First Peter say about how can you give credit? Credit, right? The word credit means to believe. You know, like in this place, people worship their credit score. I got my 750, 800 credit score. They made it. You know, they feel like they're in heaven.
Yeah, and it's only it's a fabricated thing. You know, it's just a fabricated thing. Because the people they it's all tied into witchcraft, and then you being a warehouse receipt and all of that. It's this place is so deep into witchcraft. It's you know, everybody's just going about. You're like a fucking sim character, and you don't realize that they done witchcraft on you, and you don't even know. You're straw men, all these things, but it's all the truth. All of these things have been revealed, like, you know, through the ministry. But it goes deep. But it's more of it's gonna be too late for you people, because of you're gonna be chipped.
Yep. And then you just made a good point about the straw man, and then you said some before, just slipped my mind. But these people are Sims. They're NPCs. Yes. That's what they call them, NPCs. Like, you got people that are just functioning, and they're in their lot, man. They're an office worker. You know, they're like in the Matrix. He's like, what do you see, people? Yeah. He's like, Neo, what do you see? You see lawyers, businessmen, doctors. He's just like people about their lives, right? These are NPCs. They're not never meant to wake up in the kingdom. They're going to be servants. They're going to be laborers. They're just regular folk. But in this kingdom, again, Esau uses you, man. Literally, you're a human resource. They got a department, human resources department. You're the resource. You're the battery.
Yeah. And they don't care about you. Once you're whatever happens with you, they'll just replace you.
Useless eater.
Yeah. This is Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he is given power to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast would even appear to speak, and cause those who do not bow down and worship the image of the beast to be put to death.
Yep, that's the AMP, right?
Yeah. Verse 16.
Yeah, so he gave life. He gave life to the image of the beast, this system, this, like I said, democracy, McDonald's, drive-through. You know, all this way of life, this Western way of life, which is more so degenerating. And guess what? People, when they travel from other parts of the world and they come to America, or they're from other parts of the world and they travel to America, you know, I mean, people are just like, God damn, like the food here is terrible. You know, the people have terrible attitudes, or even when people see videos of a police officer pulling over a Jake on TikTok and they're from the other side of the world, you'll see comments like, oh man, America's evil, and then it'll be like 15K likes, or America is hell, or America is this and that, and you know, because people are seeing it too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They feel it.
So it's 16. Also, he compels all the small and the great, and the rich and the poor and the free men, and the slaves to. Hey man, that's why you got to get into the other ones, other books of the Bible,
which were all technically contractual slaves.
Yeah, it's
just different levels. If you're in prison, you're in a hell of a slave situation. You're literally, you got a docket number, a doc, right? DOC, which stands for docket, which is where the port the ships come to dock and ship off the merchandise. You know, so you're a literal slave. But even a contractual slave, that's what we are, right? Like you're saying, the straw man, that's a slave. You know, situation.
Warehouse receipt. To be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, signifying their allegiance to the beast. So that means you're a permanent slave, because even during the Roman Empire, which is just right now is a copy, but during its time when Rome came into power, you were a res, which meant a slave, and you were branded.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there was branding going on. You know,
Remember it's like a gladiator?
yeah,
They caught him and then they
yeah,
brand him.
yeah,
you're
right into your I believe they did it in either your forearm or on your shoulder.
God. It's the same thing now. They
Yeah.
want to brand you with this new way of branding.
Yeah. And it was heavy back then too. There's a lot of information on that. That's how the slavery was. It was just as bad as this place. You know, certain people didn't want to give away their slave, and they did do permanent slavery type system. But this one where it's digital and it's biohacking.
God, that's it. Yep, biohacking. Yeah.
Right? Control your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The way your frequency.
Yep, because they read your brainwave patterns.
Yeah.
So he's already analyzed that. Oh, when he's in theta wave or he's in beta wave, he's feeling this or he's thinking that.
Yeah. Oh, we need to calm down. Drug him.
Sedate him. Yeah, sedate his ass.
Yeah, this is serious. 17, that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let the person who has enough insight calculate the number of the beast.
And what does that mean? Insight. You gotta have that eye salve. Because remember it says you read above, let him that had insight and what did it say else?
Wisdom. Yeah.
Calculate.
Yeah. Calculate
The number, because you got to go into the Greek, the word mark itself, charagma, which we're broken record, but we still got to tell you charagma, which means an incision, something implanted, right?
Which is against the law in the scriptures.
Right. Cutting of the flesh, yep. And then that's what it says with the insight, because when you look up the 666,
yep,
right, perfect number, or imperfect, like it says, right? When you look it up in the Greek, kai sai stigma, stigma, right? We get the word stigmata, which is an impaling, again, a puncturing or a cutting in. You know, so you gotta have that insight, man. You camps, you don't got the oil. You are the ISUPK, IUIs. You don't have the oil, man. You don't got the insight.
That's right. You've been changing the doctrine. You're reading it for what it is, but you're not going in on it because you don't have the spirit.
God.
And that's why they avoid it. They don't, bring it up. It's they're busy thinking about doing push-ups in the park, like doing gymnos. and doing their license to sin. That's madness, man. For it is the imperfect number of a man, and his number is 666,
which is disorder, chaos, everything that Esau loves. He's a son of perdition. Okay, he's perfect in his imperfection, right? He's a perfect devil, but he's the wicked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
of death, man.
You want to say anything?
No, that's that's
all right.
pretty much it.
So with that, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, Shalom to the elect, Kwam Yasharallah.